What do you need to do to grow your YouTube channel? Stay tuned today for the Tuesday Top 10 to find out some tips and advice that I can give you about what you can do to increase viewership and subscribers on your channel. This here is a new channel, and as I've been growing it, I've learned a few things that are really current, and I know that I'll forget them. So I thought I'll just drop these videos once every week on a Tuesday to help you guys out and grow your channels. Also, I do usually drop sneaker content every day of the week. The other 6 days of the week on this channel are devoted to those sneakers, and tomorrow will be no different when we bring an absolute hype beast of a sneaker when the Nike brand teams up with the Supreme brand to bring you the Nike Air Max Tailwind 4s. So Nike Supreme and their Air Max Tailwind 4s are dropping tomorrow, but for today it's all about those content creators out there and what you can do to grow your channel. So this is the Tuesday Top 10. Every Tuesday I drop a top 10, and the previous top 10 was all about sneakers and all about my favorite sneaker YouTubers. Every week for 10 weeks I drop content about them, counting down from 10 to 1, and there's a playlist that I'll chuck up here if anybody's interested in checking out those sneaker YouTubers. Of course, this also will have a playlist. We're on to number 9 of 10 videos. Well, it's actually number 9 in the countdown, so 10, 9, and there's another 8 to go after this, so I suppose it's 2 of 10, but it's called number 9 because it's a countdown, if you catch my meaning. And I'll chuck that playlist up here as well because there's a playlist of these, and what I'm thinking is that I'll make this playlist of how to grow your channel video content, and if people happen to come in midway, for example, today it's episode 2, maybe you should check out episode 1 first, because that's how you learn about the TubeBuddy app, how to make sure you've got the app set up right, how to sign up to the service, and how to get that extension connected to your computer and make sure that it's the, what's it called, how you view the internet. The web browser has the extension on it. Now, I said in last week's video about the extension that I knew about the Chrome extension because I use Google Chrome. Turns out that there are extensions also for Safari and Windows and what's it called, Internet Explorer, and I think maybe even Firefox too. I'm not sure about that, but they do have extensions for other internet browsers, so you don't have to get Chrome necessarily, but Chrome being Google, Google being YouTube, it does make sense to have Chrome anyway, in my opinion. But enough about that. We're talking about TubeBuddy, the TubeBuddy app, and how we can use that TubeBuddy app to grow your channels. And as I said, anyone who's interested in those sneakers, that'll come again tomorrow. 6 days of the week sneakers, 1 day this Tuesday Top 10, 10 Tuesday Top 10 videos about TubeBuddy, and we'll be back to doing content about sneakers after that. So tomorrow, if you're interested, the Supreme and the Nike collaboration is there for the sneakerheads. If you're a channel content creator, today it's all about how to use the TubeBuddy app and a couple of tips I have for you on getting better content, getting better views, and getting more subscribers. The two main things I want to bring you today is the end screen, which has nothing to do with TubeBuddy, but I have a new end screen. So while I was building that new end screen, I was thinking of advice from my fellow content creators out there. So I have advice for you today about how to get a good end screen on your videos. And the other thing is how YouTube has the beta creator studio and the classic creator studio and the comparison between the two, and that is filtered through the TubeBuddy app, because TubeBuddy works very well in the classic, but it doesn't work so well in the beta. But the beta does have some advantages over the classic, so it's about looking today between those beta and the classic creator studios and deciding which one is best to use at which time, because you can flick between the two. So right now what we're looking at is the creator studio in beta right up here, and there's one particular thing that I want to show you guys is when you're in your video section of that and looking at your videos, they're obviously listed, as you can see here, mine are listed, and there is a TubeBuddy button on there that you can click and pop. It opens up a window of TubeBuddy quick links that take you to various different things on there. Now what I'm going to do is quickly chuck up another screenshot here where I'm in incognito mode on Google Chrome. And when you're in incognito, what it means is you're not signed in and you're not leaving a digital footprint. So they haven't got cookies and things like that connected to your web page there, so they don't know your previous content. And the reason I put that up here is you can see that I'm signed into my account on both my incognito mode and my regular mode. The incognito mode doesn't have the app extension plugged in for YouTube, for TubeBuddy, and the regular internet does have it, and you can see that in the top corner. And what I'm saying is that when you're signed into an account that doesn't have the extension plugged in, you cannot see the TubeBuddy buttons because they work with that extension. But as you can see on this one here, you can see there's a little red bubble there that's for the TubeBuddy, the TB TubeBuddy. It doesn't stand for Tokyo Butter, it stands for TubeBuddy. And then if you click that, you get these quick links on there. So that's one major difference that TubeBuddy gives you when you have the TubeBuddy account turned on and enabled, and the extension connected to your internet interface, that you can use those quick links to go to other services and other parts of that. And it's not available if you don't have the extension turned on. And that's one of the pluses to the beta side of things. You've got that quick links to your TubeBuddy things there, which is in the beta Creator Studio. I can't sort of labor the point enough that we're talking about the beta Creator Studio on YouTube right now. But there's also the Classic, and we'll get to the Classic shortly. The other advantage to the beta Creator Studio on YouTube is the analytics. The analytics look way much better on beta than they do on the Classic. So that's what I use the beta for most, is to look at the analytics. And it's more about looking at data with the beta side of things. I don't like to play with saving information about my videos on beta. I prefer to do all that in the Classic version. But in the beta version, you've got these great analytics with graphs and information and data all about your videos, which is really useful stuff. Recently, I interpreted that data to say that I should stop waffling so much at the start of my videos and just get straight into the content. So I've started doing that more, and hopefully it'll pay dividends, that people will stay connected more to my videos. But I got that piece of information from looking at the data and analytics, and the best place to do that is in the beta studio, not the Classic Studio. The Classic Studio analytics are hard to read and very dull, but as you can see from the screenshot here, you've got much better data analysis in the beta studio. For example, you can actually see here, for some reason, I did this great review, fantastic, amazing review of a Nike Pegasus collaboration with Gyakso, another Japanese brand, that for some reason it's taken off. That's a video that's getting a lot of views and a lot of people watching it for a long time. I'm not entirely sure what's so special about that particular one. It's not a hugely sought after shoe. It's not one of those rare hype beast shoes, you know, like a Yeezy or an Air Jordan 1. But for some reason, as you can see here, and this is the analytics page in the beta Creator Studio page, you can see that video has done well for some reason. But that's beta. Some tie-ups to TubeBuddy. To be honest, the tie-up to TubeBuddy have been filtering through to the beta Creator Studio very slowly. There are some things that TubeBuddy and beta do well together in YouTube, but to be honest, you get the best use out of the TubeBuddy app in the Classic Creator Studio. Now, all throughout YouTube, and when you're in the beta studio, they're down the very bottom of the menus. Now, the menus are on the left side. I'm having to try to visualize this. The menus are on the left side. Sometimes they're tucked in and sometimes they're popped out. But I put a screenshot up here which shows you how you can get out of the beta Creator Studio and into the Classic Creator Studio. And that's down the bottom of the menus. You can click on that and it will take you into the Classic Former mode. Now, I use the Classic Former mode a lot for, how can I say, the production perhaps, can we say it that way? The beta mode I use a lot for data and information, but actually making things to do with my videos, I use the Classic mode much more. And I want to talk to you about a couple of things in that Classic mode today before I finish up this video. Well, the first of the two things I want to talk about are the end screen. I did say I've got a new end screen for my videos. I had one originally back in, maybe November and December when I started this channel, and it made me look like a grandpa. I know I'm an old man, but I'm not that old. So my wife actually told me to reshoot it, and I reshot a better version, actually wearing this hoodie, which is on the end of all of my videos from mid-December through mid-February, and you'll see me there speaking English and Japanese going "Zehi toroku shite kudasai" and stuff like that. But I reshot that. I didn't actually shoot it because I designed it. I didn't shoot it as video, and you'll see it at the end of this video, a new end screen. And I do recommend you content creators out there have good end screen game. And I want to talk you through on this screenshot up here the different elements of the end screen, because there are two particular things that will help you have better end screens. Number one is that you can use the template that's already there from YouTube. All you do is you click the template and it brings up, say, 2 thumbnails and the subscribe button, or 4 thumbnails only, or just a subscribe button and just a 1 thumbnail, or things like that. And that's just really easy. Click, click, bang. But the thing I don't like about that is that it tends to be the last, no, it doesn't tend to be, it is the last 20 seconds of your video. But if you're not careful, you end up with a thumbnail over your face while you're still actually doing the talking. And that's why I think you should have your own custom end screen, which I now have, well, I have had for my videos, because I don't want a thumbnail in front of me while I'm still talking about my videos. So as I said, creating your custom end screen is a really important part of being a good content creator, and I think making the most of this end screen element here. The other thing about it is that you can actually import the end screen from another video. So I've set up my end screens in a particular way, and all I need to do is click import from like the previous video, and just boom, they're going to be right where I need them to be. I have a watch, a TV screen, and a smartphone as part of my end screen graphic, and I need that subscriber button to be right in the middle of the watch face. I don't need it to be slightly left or right. It'll look weird if it's not right in the glass panel of the watch face. And then also the TV screen and the smartphone screen, if you imagine the thumbnail's not quite being in the right place, that would look ridiculous. Well, not ridiculous, but you know what I mean. But because I can import from a previous video, if I've set them right on the first video, I don't need to fiddle around with moving the thumbnails and moving the subscriber button and stuff like that. It's exactly where I need it to be. And all I have to do is import from a previous video, and bang, it's there. And it takes I don't know, like 2 or 3 minutes to set it up for the first video, but then every other video after that, it takes about 10 seconds. So I can't stress enough how much time it will save you and how much better it will make your content look if you have better end screen game. Now, the second thing and the second thing I want to talk about in the classic Creator Studio mode, and you can do this in the beta mode, but I find it very clunky and hard to do, so I prefer to do it in the classic studio mode. And the last thing I want to talk about today, the second thing in the classic studio mode, and the last thing I want to talk about today is cards and putting cards up in your video. I'm going to put a random card up here. I talked about, what did I talk about? I talked about playlists earlier already in this video, but I've run out of playlists because you can only put each card in once. So if I've already put the playlist for the previous Tuesday top 10s about sneaker YouTubers in earlier in this video, I can't put it again in at the end of this video. So I'm not going to be able to do that because I think I put that in earlier in the video. But let me just put up my, we'll put up my top video. The best video I've got going is over 1,500 views, which is great for me. I'm a small and new channel, 200 plus subscribers, so having over 1,500 views on a video is great for me. So I'll chuck that up there and you can see what the card looks like. But it's not just that. You can also have other cards as well. And let me explain this as clearly as I can. When you have the cards and the card page open, you click on it and you can add a card from like the last maybe 9 or 12 videos, but don't be fooled by that. I have a second window open with my YouTube account also signed in, and you can take videos from months ago, get a shareable link from a video from 2 months ago, paste it into that little box that will be somewhere here, and then bang, you've got a link straight back to that previous video. So if you're talking about Yeezys and you want to talk about the previous Yeezy release and advise your viewers to go there, pop, there's the previous Yeezy release, even though it was a month or 6 weeks ago. But also you can put, like I said, playlists there as well, and you can see that little up the top somewhere. You can see how to flick between videos and playlists there, but also, and this is the key, is it doesn't have to be links to videos. It can also be links to a poll. And again, the screenshot here will be showing you where it says poll. So I'm going to stick up a little video here, not video. I'm going to put up a little card. They call them cards here, which is a poll, and you can click on that poll. And basically, I'm going to be a little bit cheeky and say, "Are you still watching? Yes or no?" And you can't really click no because you're still watching. And if you did click no, it would mean you're still watching anyway. So you have actually in default clicked yes, but bump, there's the poll there that says, "Are you still watching?" But it's just to give you an idea of what polls look like, and it's a great way to get your audience interacting with your video. And the advantage is it doesn't click you away from the video. I was talking about that Yeezy sort of card that you could put up earlier, but if you click on that Yeezy card, it takes you away from this video. Whereas poll, if you click on the poll, it just brings up the poll here. The people answer the poll, but they continue watching this video. And also the same with playlists. If you click on a playlist, it brings up the playlist here. If they do click on a video in that playlist, of course, it takes you away from the current video that they're watching. But that's the two things that I really like about the classic Creator Studio, is the cards and the end screens. There's a lot in there as well that I really do like that I'll come to later in other Tuesday top 10s. There's an awful lot, actually. One of my favorite things about TubeBuddy and the classic Creator Studio from YouTube is actually in here as well, but we'll talk about that in a later video. But I do want to say though that there isn't that much in here. There are options for using TubeBuddy in cards and things like that, but to be honest, I think YouTube does them anyway, so I prefer to just use the default YouTube version than the TubeBuddy version, if you know what I mean. But I might be wrong. There might be something I'm missing on here that you as a content creator out there could tell me and say, you know what, Tokyo Butter, you're wrong. There's a great way to do X in the Classic Creator Studio with TubeBuddy. So if you know something about that that's going to be useful to help me grow my channel, please be sure to tell me, and I'll add that to my repertoire of skills as I try and build this channel and help you guys build your channels out there too. Okay, I think that's about enough for me today. So that's, I really wanted to sort of do that tie up between my own new end screen and my top 10s that I'm doing right now about TubeBuddy. There were some things about TubeBuddy today and some things that are more just about YouTube, but I do think it's important that you've got that basis for your channel and you understand the things I'm talking about. And then next week we'll get more into that app, TubeBuddy, and I'll talk about how you can use that app to help you grow your channel and some of the little features that integrate with YouTube. It definitely is a great app to get on. And being free, mostly free. I mean, it's free, but you can opt to upgrade to a premium, but I haven't found a reason to yet. So it's a mostly free app, which is very useful for helping you, the content creator, grow your channel, get more views, and get more subscribers. And that's what it's all about. Okay, that's enough for me today. As I did say, this is usually a sneaker channel, and we have that Supreme sneaker tomorrow, the Supreme and Nike collaboration. Looking forward to doing that review for you. I'm not allowed to call them reviews. I meant to call them previews. I've been called out on both Instagram and YouTube for calling them reviews when they're actually previews. So, you know, I think it's just semantics. But anyway, make that little flick, make that little switch to calling them previews instead of reviews. So tomorrow, it's a preview of the Supreme times Nike collaboration. Looking forward to bringing you that. And without further ado, I'm just going to finish this video and do what I do at the end of the videos all the time. So I've got that end screen coming up. Make sure you watch for that. It might be a way that can give you advice for your channels. But for now, I'm going to sign off and say thanks for checking out my content, and I will definitely see you tomorrow.